Glen Abraham, father of 3, 2 he made himself, 1 he inherited through me, with a love and passion for working with people, from owning his own business of team building to working in the bicycle cycling industry, working in many different companies, and now having in his own cycling company now. His goal is to strive to make a difference on the roads and bringing people's awareness to cycling. As an avid and hot cyclist himself, having competed 10 August tours already. Wow. There we go. I would like to put your hands together for Glen Abraham and his talk. Beyond the helmet.
Okay, so picture the scene. It's around 5:30 a.m. on a beautiful, clear morning. It's March 1989. Myself and 2 of my cycling buddies, all kitted out cycling, one behind the other, as we did a few days a week, training for the upcoming races on the weekend. It's very quiet. All you can hear is the rolling of the tires on the road and the turning of our pedals. And then, boom! We get hit from behind by a vehicle, towing a caravan, I might add. Like Skittles on a bowling alley, the 3 of us and our bicycles scattered all over the road. Our bicycles pretty much destroyed. That day was a lucky day. We were lucky to be alive. It could have been so much worse. Now that accident still haunts me to this day. And every day I'm out on the road, I'm constantly aware of what's going on around me. I have to be wide awake. A few years back, I worked at a bike shop about 20 kilometers from my house. And I used to commute a few days to and from work, sometimes leaving in the dark. I must have looked like a Christmas tree with all those flashing lights on me. Every single day that I commuted to work and back, I wasn't scared, but constantly aware of every vehicle that I approached and every vehicle that came past me. Always expecting the unexpected. I still cycle a few days a week, and I can promise you there are very few times that something doesn't happen in the traffic. The most common one, cars just pulling out in front of you like you don't even exist. Now we understand that there are other factors that play a huge role in cyclists being knocked down. 1, drinking and driving, especially when that party animal's on his way home from a party. 2, people always on their cell phones. I think sometimes we must also remember that those people out on the road are people like you and I. And it could be your husband, your son, your brother, your wife, your sister, your daughter. And they all have the same equal rights to be on these public roads just as much as the motorists. Now we do understand that some cyclists can be arrogant and think they own the roads, especially cycling 2-3 abreast, taking up half the road. That really pisses the drivers off, eh? But let's think about that. That arrogance could be the fear of being out in the traffic. And let's face it, who would come off second best? The car, the truck, the taxi, the car towing that caravan, or the cyclist? I think we all know the answer to that. Trust me, I am not the only one that has suffered a cycling accident due to the lack of cyclist awareness. Sadly, there's a list as long as my arm. And sadly, many of them not as lucky as I was back in 1989. Now, since my little ordeal back in 1989, 35 years ago, I believe cyclist awareness has improved a little, but nowhere near enough. By now, every motorist should be aware of cyclists on the road and have the knowledge of what to do when a cyclist is approaching them or when they are approaching a cyclist. Sadly, the lack of cyclist awareness starts the day you pick up that K53 learner's book. According to my knowledge, there is very little information or questions or awareness about cyclists in the K53. When doing your learner's test, you might get one question about cyclists or cyclist awareness. When doing your driver's test, there are no questions about cyclists or cyclist awareness. Funny thing, when doing your driver's test, don't roll back. Don't cross that white line by 1 millimeter. You will fail. But hey, don't worry about the cyclist out there. Go figure. Another funny thing, well, maybe not so funny. According to my knowledge, the people, whoever they might be, that put the K53 learner's book together say, there's not enough cyclists on our road to warrant having more questions or awareness in the K53 learner's book. Interesting, eh? So if there's anybody out there that can assist me in changing this K53 learner's book, please let me know. Now, there's a very important rule amongst all cyclists and many, many motorists, but not all motorists. But hey, I'm getting there. This important rule is, now listen properly. When a motorist passes somebody on a bicycle, now this person on that bicycle doesn't need to be a serious cyclist. That person on that bicycle can be your son commuting to school. Could be your daughter commuting to school. I threw that one in. Could be your husband commuting to work. Could be your wife popping down to the shops for that loaf of bread. Or it could be that delivery guy on his way to you to deliver your goods. When passing someone on a bicycle, the rule is to leave a gap of at least 1.5 meters. Let me repeat that. When passing someone on a bicycle, the rule is to leave a gap of at least 1.5 meters between the cyclist and the motor vehicle. So, if there's one thing, just one thing, you can please take away from my talk today. Oops, okay, I can't turn it up. And that is to remember, cyclists stay alive at 1.5. Thank you.